And that's true.
Okay, it's like, hey, my name is Nancy. I don't know you, Nancy. Now I want to know you, Nancy. And we actually met up in Boston during the 2004 Democratic National Convention. And it was ironic because Kerry was running, and we tried to help the Democratic Party. You know, you're supposed to refrain the laughter, you know.
Sorry.
Okay. Yes, we were going to help the Democratic Party.
Yes.
But the irony was that when we went to the Disability Caucus within the convention, we were in this room, all of these disabled people. We sitting there, we looking at each other, they looking at me, I'm looking at them, and no politician, nobody from the DNC showed up until an hour and 15 minutes into it. Then they were like, oh, we have your concerns, you're on the platform, we're going to talk to you, and then they left.
Wow.
And Leroy and I went completely batshit because the whole purpose is because as an advocate, your goal is to have people who are disenfranchised be included. And if you're any political party, whatever your affiliation is, the disability community basically is society. We are the only demographic that cuts across every socioeconomic class or demographic you could possibly imagine. There's only one other thing that does it, that's gender. And so when we had the discussion, Leroy said, well, hey, what about artists? And we talked about how do we use this? Because if you notice now, even the disability movement doesn't really move. And that's not because it's disabled. No, it's just, maybe it is. Maybe it just don't move no more. It's like, that's my real disability. I'm not active anymore. But that's why we wanted to do Krip Hop here as well. And again, we did hope for a larger turnout, but hey, disability has never been the sexiest time. You know.
Or disability sex has never been.
Disability say, hey, you know. Never mind, I just went off into my own little nasty world. But the reality is, even when you talk about larger political issues, and we have some artists here today that are going to do that through their music, through their comedy, through their poetry, and through their speaking. The reality is we are globally, the World Health Organization put out a report that there are 1 billion people on the planet with a disability of some form. 136 countries signed the UN resolution defining disability as environmental, not physical. So basically, wherever your community is, you're not disabled because of who you are, but since the community is not inclusive or inviting, therefore that makes you disabled because you don't necessarily have access to it. 136 countries signed it, and the United States is not one of them.